Did you know plants can hear certain sounds? A study found that plants ramp up defenses when they hear munching noises. Why do some of us still struggle to help them thrive? It's like plants are trying to talk to us. Welcome to Don't Do This Guide, where we help make gardening easier and fun. Please hit like and subscribe for more tips. Let's unlock the secrets of successful gardening. Our journey begins with the very foundation of a thriving garden, the soil. Just as a painter needs a sturdy canvas, our plants rely on nutrient-rich soil to thrive. The first step to understanding your soil is to know what you're working with. A simple soil test can reveal a wealth of information, from its pH balance to the levels of essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These tests are readily available at garden centers or online, and they're remarkably simple to conduct. Without understanding the composition of your soil, you're essentially working blindfolded. Once you have a clear picture of your soil's profile, you can begin to make informed decisions about amendments and fertilizers. Water, the lifeblood of our planet, plays an equally vital role in the garden. But just as too much rain can lead to flooding, so too can excessive watering drown your plants, suffocating their roots and inviting disease. On the other hand, neglecting to water your plants is akin to denying a thirsty traveler a much-needed oasis. So how do we find the delicate balance between these two extremes? It starts with observation. Feel the soil with your fingers. Is it dry to the touch, or does it retain some moisture? The key is to water deeply and less frequently, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. And whenever possible, water early in the morning to minimize evaporation and allow the foliage to dry throughout the day, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Imagine, if you will, transplanting a cactus from the arid deserts of Arizona to the lush rainforests of the Amazon. Just as every species on Earth has adapted to specific environmental conditions, so too do our garden plants have preferences when it comes to temperature, sunlight, and humidity. Ignoring these preferences is a surefire way to hinder their growth and reduce your chances of a bountiful harvest. Before you even purchase a single seed or seedling, take the time to understand your local climate. What is the average rainfall? What are the typical temperature ranges throughout the year? Are there distinct seasons, or is the climate relatively consistent? By carefully observing your garden throughout the day and noting the patterns of sunlight, shade, wind, and moisture, you can begin to identify these microclimates and choose plants that are best suited to each unique niche. In the wild, plants compete for resources, sunlight, water, nutrients, often growing in close proximity to one another. But in the confines of our gardens, where we strive to provide optimal conditions for our chosen plants, overcrowding can have disastrous consequences. When plants are spaced too closely together, they compete for resources, leading to stunted growth, reduced yields, and an increased susceptibility to pests and diseases. Air circulation is hindered, creating a breeding ground for fungal infections, and sunlight struggles to reach the lower leaves, impacting photosynthesis. So how do we determine the ideal spacing for our plants? The answer lies in understanding their mature size and growth habit. A sprawling pumpkin vine, for example, will require far more space than a compact head of lettuce. Most seed packets and plant labels provide recommended spacing guidelines. Remember, a little patience and proper spacing will reward you with healthier, more productive plants in the long run. Fertilizers provide essential nutrients for plants to thrive, but using the wrong type or applying it at the wrong time can harm plants and the environment. Understand your plant's needs. Leafy greens need nitrogen, while flowering plants benefit from phosphorus. Choose the right fertilizer and apply it at the right growth stage. Follow label instructions to avoid over-fertilization. In the tapestry of nature, diversity reigns supreme. Year after year, planting the same crops in the same location depletes the soil of essential nutrients, creating a haven for pests and diseases that target specific plants. Crop rotation, the practice of alternating the types of crops grown in a particular area, is a time-tested technique that mimics the natural diversity of ecosystems, breaking pest and disease cycles while improving soil health. By rotating crops, we're essentially providing a balanced diet for the soil, ensuring that different nutrients are used and replenished over time. Legumes, for example, have the unique ability to fix nitrogen from the air, enriching the soil for subsequent plantings. Crop rotation doesn't have to be complicated, even in small garden spaces. A simple 3-year rotation plan, where you divide your garden into 3 sections and rotate crop families each year can work wonders. In the heart of a dense rainforest, vines clamber towards the sunlight, their tendrils reaching for any available support. Trees, competing for space and resources, shed branches, their fallen limbs decomposing on the forest floor, returning nutrients to the ecosystem. This constant cycle of growth, decay, and renewal is essential for the health and vitality of natural ecosystems. And just as nature prunes and maintains itself, so too must we tend to our gardens, guiding their growth and ensuring their long-term health. By removing dead, damaged, or diseased branches, we're redirecting the plant's energy towards healthy growth, promoting air circulation, and reducing the risk of pest and disease infestations. Regular maintenance tasks, such as weeding, mulching, and deadheading spent blooms, might seem tedious, but they're essential for a thriving garden. Weeds compete with our desired plants for resources, while a layer of mulch helps to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Through regular pruning and maintenance, we shape our gardens, encouraging healthy growth and maximizing their potential. Imagine a medieval castle, its high walls protecting against invaders. Similarly, fortify your garden against pests and diseases. Early detection and proactive measures are key. Regularly inspect your plants for signs of trouble. Look for tiny holes in leaves from chewing insects. Check for white, powdery patches indicating mildew. Early action often requires simple, organic solutions. A strong water blast can dislodge aphids. Neem oil disrupts fungal disease cycles. Prevention is better than cure. Choose disease-resistant plants. Encourage beneficial insects like ladybugs. Provide optimal growing conditions to strengthen plants. In the grand symphony of nature, timing is everything. Birds migrate with the changing seasons. Flowers bloom when pollinators are most active, and seeds germinate when conditions are optimal for growth. Similarly, in the realm of gardening, planting at the right time can make all the difference between a bountiful harvest and a disappointing yield. Understanding your local frost dates is paramount. Planting too early in spring, before the threat of frost has passed, can be disastrous, as tender seedlings can be damaged or killed by a sudden cold snap. Conversely, planting too late in the season, as temperatures soar and rainfall dwindles, can stress plants, hindering their growth and reducing their ability to produce fruit or flowers. Consult seed packets and plant labels for specific planting guidelines. Pay attention to the rhythms of nature. Observe the trees, the birds, the wildflowers. When you see signs of spring's arrival or autumn's approach, adjust your gardening schedule accordingly. Failure is not the antithesis of success, but a stepping stone towards it. Every setback offers a chance to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Gardening, like life, has unexpected challenges. Seeds might fail, pests invade, and diseases strike. But these moments offer the most to gain. Embrace setbacks as learning experiences. Keep a gardening journal. Record successes and failures. This will guide future seasons. The greatest gardeners learn from mistakes and adapt. Remember, gardening is a journey. Each year you'll understand your soil better, figure out your microclimates, and start to recognize the little signals your plants are sending you. It's totally normal to make mistakes. That's how you learn. The key is to not keep doing the same mistakes over and over again. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Don't Do This Guide. We cover all kinds of what not to do topics to help you level up your skills. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, gardening is supposed to be an enjoyable, fulfilling adventure. Happy gardening!